Please be kind to people. Sometimes people just need a little recognition and a high five to the face with a chair. Here's Watch with Wayne.
How you guys doing today? Oh, I don't know what's wrong with my stuff here today. Well, I just abruptly cut it off just like that. Howdy, Gordon, how you doing? Okay, so I gotta find out why. Give me one sec here, guys. Transition. Let's get rid of that. There. There we go. Apply. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Doom. Perfect. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working. Wayne, how you doing? Seymour, how you doing? Gordon, AOG, how you doing? The flag is upside down. Yes. AOG, howdy. Oh, Gordon, how you doing? Gordon. Okay, well, I gotta make sure I look at this chat because that's the one that has both of them. I keep messing that up. So, what we got no more BS over on Twitch. Seymour over. Or C on YouTube, Gordon on YouTube. Nice. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. What's up? Fresh Death 6, nice. Philly, how you doing? I'm feeling 10 times better than I was yesterday. That is for sure. Hey, Wayne, how you doing? Yeah, I'm feeling 10 times better than I was yesterday, but I woke up to my daughter complaining about somebody being outside her window in the middle of the night. Now I was kind of like, no, come on, you know, kids' imaginations go wild, and I don't exactly stop them from, watching scary movies and everything, right? So I just kind of let it go, and I was letting it go, and then all of a sudden, boom. I was like, you know what? It's always those fathers in the movies that, don't really pay attention to their daughters or their son. The boogeyman's there, kind of bullshit. So I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go and make sure, just for the hell of it, because the neighbor had their tree taken down, and the tree people buffering off and on. All right. So, and then the tree people were coming to the house, and they were using our yard to take down this tree. So, long story short, I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go double check. So, this is what I found. This is what what I found there. Give me 1 second. So, this one here was what I found outside my daughter's bedroom. Let me just pull this up here. So I found this here, right? So there was like this stool there. And then I was like, well, you know what? The kids play with stuff, so it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really think too much of it, right? Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll give you that link. So I didn't think anything of it. But here's what the interesting thing is, okay? You see on the window ledge there how there's like these little fingerprint things? You see the little fingerprints on the ledge right there? So I was kind of like, maybe, maybe she's telling the truth. She did actually hear something. Then I stepped back and I looked at the window. And I was like, wait a second, something's not adding up there. So then I looked at this. This is what I seen outside her window when I looked at a certain way. You see? So right here at the bottom, you could see, because she said they were tapping on the window first. So this is where the tapping would have happened. And then she said they slid it up, and then they stuck their head in and opened up the curtain, and she ran in the house. This is right outside my daughter's window. So I was looking at this, and I didn't see this at first. So I was kind of like, what the fuck? So I told her, I said, tell me exactly what happened. So she told me they tapped on the glass. She got up. She went to her door. She didn't leave her room yet. And then she heard the window opening, and that's when she ran into the house. So I was kind of like, well, why didn't you wake me up? I'm like, why didn't you wake me up? Do you know what her answer to me was? She's like, well, I didn't want to stress you out because I know you're stressed. It was in that moment, I was like, you know what? Things need to change. When my kid won't wake me up because someone's coming into the house because she thought, it was going to stress me out. I was like, what? That's where I draw the line. So, no more fucking doom and gloom. It's all going to be fucking good shit from here on in. But that was a wake-up call for me. A huge wake-up call that I need to step up the security around my house. So what did I do? I got another camera. I put the camera right outside her window with the motion lights, locked down those windows tighter than you know what. I explained to her that she cannot use her windows to get out. So we came up with a plan on how she can get out of her room. I sat down and we started going over all our emergency procedures, reiterating everything, the whole 9 yards, everything. So I was just saying last night that, and my dog was restless last night. So, but he usually is every night because he's old. But I was sitting there thinking to myself, and I showed you guys last night, every single day there's a kid or a woman that goes missing in this area. And then that happened. Now, I'm not saying it was the tree people or anything like that. So I'm not implying that. But it just was a little weird. And it was the one spot that the cameras on both ends of the house, there was like maybe a 15-foot gap where the camera didn't catch them, and that's where it was. So, absolutely messed up shit. The one time I'm like, I'll go see, and then that happens. Yeah, scary is not the word for it. Absolutely crazy is the word for it. And couldn't see nothing on the cameras. You know why? Because I was a complete idiot. And I left the like one camera that would have caught where they would have walked through. I left the umbrella on the deck open, so it was blocking the camera. So needless to say, that mistake will never happen again. So yeah, it was a little fresh prints too. Oh, they were fresh prints, and you could see where, you know how gloves leave like little lines on the sides, like when you're using a glove. That's what you could see, the glove smear. No fingerprint, all glove. So yeah, it was a little messed up. So that's what we end up. So now I've dedicated one of my monitors here to monitoring all around my house. All around it. I could see every part of my house. Plus I have additional cameras. So now I can sit here and stream and know that I'm watching the house all around at the exact same time. On addition, there's all the other cameras that are on the house as well. So I have like a total of almost 16 cameras around my house now. What happened? What happened? Real talk. What happened? Real talk. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Gloves always leave a streak. Yep. So let's get into some other stuff. Now that I blurted that out, I needed to vent that out. Most importantly, I think I have a funny feeling it was somebody that watches my show and knows that, I'm not in that side of the house. So now they know that I'm watching. I could see. Not only do I have motions there, but I can actually see in real time what's going on. So there it is. All right, so guys, big things going on. FDA, the one of the top officials for the FDA resigned, getting the hell out of Dodge. Wonder how that happened. Why? Because of Joe Biden meddling in the affairs. So why is Joe Biden meddling in what's going on in the FDA? That's some fucked up shit. We're going to talk about that later on tonight when we shut down YouTube. We're going to talk about the FDA, their policies on the jab as well. Yeah, that's some big stuff. Huge things going on. Trudeau was asked about allegations about people in the certain parties against Raj's resigning. A lot of people in the top levels of government resigning lately. They're just saying, fuck this, we're out of here. 506, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Where was there's a committee investigates child welfare. Where was this? Child services. Oh, we're going to play that later on as well. A lot of stuff in here that I can't play on YouTube, but we can definitely go over and talk about. Joe Biden. Did you guys know something? I was reading this article on Joe Biden and the whole Afghanistan thing, because you guys know that it really bugged me, right? So I started reading a lot of things. Did you know that Joe Biden had the option to take control? Because whenever the president left, he took off, and what happened was the Taliban said to Joe Biden and his administration, either you can take over Kabul, or we can. One or the two. The Taliban gave Biden the option to take it over so that it wouldn't collapse and it wouldn't fall apart. And Joe Biden said no. He just pulled out and said no, he's not doing it. How messed up is that? They had the option to take control and get their people out properly, but Joe Biden said no. Isn't that the most messed up shit? And he said no, he ended up. It's all there. All the documentation is all there. Everything's all there. I don't know how much I could talk about it and show, but is that not the most messed up shit you've ever heard in your life? And it's there. If you Google it, it's all on Google and shit. You can find it. It's like the most messed up shit I've ever seen in my life. So the whole collapse and everything happening the way it was 100% Joe Biden's fault. And on top of that, they gave them billions, not millions, but billions of dollars worth of armory and ammunition and tanks and everything else, and just gave it to them. So let me get this straight. Non-vaccinated people are the problem is the most deadliest, dangerous thing going out there right now, because they're spreading the virus and making people sick. It's so deadly that the government's going to mandate the fact that you're going to lose your job, regardless of what you do. If they mandate it, you could lose your job if you don't get vaccinated, right? That's fine. I'm not going to argue with that, especially with YouTube listening to me right now. But here's the thing. That's the biggest problem, but yet Joe Biden just gave billions of dollars of ammunition and equipment to the Taliban. One of the biggest, most ruthless terrorist organizations in the world, and he gave them all of that on top of pallets and pallets of money. Millions of dollars worth of money. Not only did he give them currency, but he gave them ammunition, he gave them hardware, he gave them everything. Gave them a good country, good center point in the Middle East to work out of. He gave them everything they could possibly want. If there was a Taliban wish list, Joe Biden gave every single thing on the list to them. But yet, vaccinated people are the fucking problem in America and in Canada right now. Remember that. Who's the true terrorist? Who's the true terrorist? My daisy shot. Coming to a neighborhood near you. You know what? I would love for the Taliban to come to Canada, because we would make short work with that shit real quick. So I could just imagine what it would be like if they ended up going to the States or tried to. And we know for sure now that they're able to operate these equipments, because there's so many videos of them operating the Humvees. There's so many videos of them operating the helicopters, the tanks, everything. Everything. It's like they left the keys and everything. And then Joe Biden and his generals are like, well, we destroyed a stockpile of some ammunition and some hardware. What? Out of like 50, you destroyed 2? Congratulations, Joe Biden. You did an amazing, amazing job. And now 13 soldiers are dead and many, many civilians. Not only that, then does an airstrike to kill ISIS, which was bullshit, by the way. He didn't even hit his target. Instead, he ended up killing kids. So, yes, definitely bullshit. All right, so we're going to get into... I wouldn't even call him POTUS. Debbie, I wouldn't even call him that. Joe Biden's just a piece of poop. And that's a complete understatement. All right. Last troop exiting Afghanistan's ending America's longest war. Since we're talking about it, let's show this video. Absolutely craziness. If it's too low, guys, let me know.
The people unable to escape from Afghanistan are waking up to a new reality this morning. With the last American troops gone, the Taliban now control Afghanistan for the first time in 20 years. The withdrawal ended in the dark of night without fanfare. And this is a picture of the last soldier to make it out. His name is U.S. Major General Christopher Donahue. All that's left behind now are
that is definitely possible to get that information.
$83 billion of training and equipment for Afghan security forces. A lot of those weapons now in the hands of the Taliban. This was a long, long war. President George W. Bush announced the invasion of Afghanistan in an act of revenge after the September 11th terror attacks. Over 2,400 troops have died fighting since then. Then, 18 months ago, President Trump set a withdrawal in motion. He agreed to leave Afghanistan if the Taliban agreed to stop attacking U.S. service members and Afghan citizens. They also agreed to prevent terrorist groups from making Afghanistan their home base. President Biden stuck to that deal, but extended the deadline from May 1st to the end of August. And the military now calls the past 18 days the largest non-combatant evacuation in history.
More than
Biden making history
have been safely flown out of Afghanistan. That includes about 6,000.
But despite all that historic effort, they weren't able to get everyone out who wanted to leave. And there's still a lot of criticism, anger, and grief over the frantic exit and the deadly bombing outside the Kabul airport last week. 13 American troops died in the ISIS-K terror attack last week. The oldest, 31 years old. The youngest, 20.
Wow.
It's as old as the war. These were the first service members killed in hostile action in Afghanistan since February of last year. Meanwhile, the government says a couple hundred Americans are still in Afghanistan, but no one was left behind at the airport. The mission to get people out is still underway. The Taliban still agree to let Afghans out of Kabul. They have the proper paperwork, and the UN approved the creation of a safe passage for people still seeking to leave Afghanistan from the airport in Kabul.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So the Taliban cares now whether or not people have proper paperwork. Because they got to make sure that they do their due diligence, right? No, come on. Their proper paperwork. All the Afghan wanted was a list of people, and then they said, "Well, we're going to let them out if you can give us a list of the people that already have their paperwork, done." And then what did they do? Boom. Joe Biden's administration. What do? They give him the information. They give him the information. They give him a list of all the people. What is this? I can't see this. All right. Let me see. There's something else here that just popped up here. They are allowing fully vaccinated siblings they are allowing fully vaccinated siblings to stay in school if they have symptoms. If they have symptoms. What the? Look at this. This is CTV News. Look at this. Ontario modifies screening guidance for schools and childcare. Says Toronto, the Ontario government has updated the screening guidance ahead of students returning to classroom next week, and will no longer include runny noses, sore throats, or headaches among the list of symptoms associated with COVID-19. What the fuck? So you have a runny nose, sore throat, or a headache, yeah, you're good to go. Sit beside your buddy. You go sit over here, yeah. Hey, little Johnny, go sit over there. Yeah, cough on him. What the fuck? They what? We're gonna talk about this stuff later on. And we're gonna get right into this because some of the stuff that I have for later on is absolutely crazy. And they don't have to wear a mask either if they're fully vaccinated. Canada is on the fast track of poop sandwiches. Let's see what this is.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. After weeks of fierce and mounting pressure, the Ford government is considering some kind of proof of vaccination for the whole province.
Well, Justin Trudeau was in Doug Ford's backyard using his campaign stop to lecture the Premier on the benefit of vaccine passports. CTV's Christina Suchi following this for us again tonight. Christina?
Katie Graham, has been weeks of pushback, but tonight sources do tell CTV News the Premier is now considering a vaccine passport for Ontario, and it could come as early as next week. This just hours after Justin Trudeau took a shot at Doug Ford, calling on him this morning to, quote, step up. On an election path paved by pandemic promises, in Ontario today, the Liberal leader took a shot at Doug Ford while making a $1 billion pledge to pay for vaccine passports.
Already, Premier Horgan and Premier Legault have stepped up. And I certainly hope that here in Ontario, Premier Ford steps up as well.
Vying for votes with a vow to boost vaccination, Justin Trudeau has seen his lead in the polls slip as COVID cases across Canada continue to climb.
What the Liberals
and they're
are
going
trying to do
keep
is
climbing.
to make vaccinations a wedge issue, try to connect Aaron O'Toole to Premier Ford. He's not as popular as he was a year ago, and the Liberals are trying to take advantage of that.
Responding to Trudeau in a statement to CTV News Ottawa, the Premier's office said Ontario has the most comprehensive, far-ranging mandatory vaccination policies for high-risk settings in the country.
If the provinces make decisions on proof of vaccinations, vaccine passports, we will support and respect what the provinces decide to do.
But
This is beyond ridiculous at this point, okay? Again, I'm not going to elaborate too much on it. Why? Because YouTube's listening to me right now, and I am on my Wayne Live, so I don't want to like get right into that. But please, I do encourage people. After this first hour, I am going to be jumping over to this following link. So if you wish to join me after I shut down the YouTube channel, that's where I'll be continuing to stream. So please feel free to join, sign up, follow me over there. We got quite a few followers over there now. I think we're up to 9,200 followers over on Twitch so far. Absolutely amazing. And since we've been streaming on Twitch, we've got almost close to 500,000 views on Twitch. How awesome is that? That is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, so let's get into a few other things. Hey, what is that? Supernova Fox. Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I have to look on the other screen here that I have because the your name, because of the purple, it like blends in with the blue. Can't really see it. So absolutely craziness with the amount of crap that is going on here in Canada. And again, once I shut down the YouTube stream, then we're going to get into a little bit more stuff afterwards just on Twitch, because Twitch is, you know what? People say that they censor the crap out of you, but I kind of like Twitch. I'll be honest with you. They've been really good to me. They've been really treating me well. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. So, Twitch, love you. I love you long time. It's okay, Wayne. We know the Trudeau is scam. Yes. I can't, you're like the only, I think you're like the one view I get on D Live. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So, now is green. So let's see. So we'll get out of here. Man, some of the stuff that has been going on. Absolutely craziness. Crazy. All right. Oh, I don't know where that came from. We can't have that shit going on. Dark Outpost military. Okay, let me see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can. I'm pretty sure I can play this. I'm pretty sure. Tonight's episode of Dark Outpost. Elements of the U.S. military working under JAG authority arrested Hunter Biden on Monday morning as he and two underage female companions tried to re-enter the United States after deboarding a chartered flight that originated in Dubai. Wow. So Hunter Biden got arrested, apparently? We have the latest intel. Bruce Watson, native 48, on Toronto will drop truth bombs, plus the telephone calls. Ooh. So, wow, that is absolutely crazy. So here, is this the link? Let me see. Is this the link? Before I post it in the chat, I'll make sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. All right, I'm going to post this. Crap, another distraction. Here you go. Boom. Hunter's getting 4 hours ago. Quite the website. Liking it. Really liking the website. I wish I knew somebody that could do that. I wish I had the money to make a really, really good website like that. Oh, well. One day when I become big, when I become a big boy, that's absolutely craziness. That is craziness. All right, what do we got here? I can't help but to keep staring at my cameras. Is that bad? Is that bad that I keep staring at the cameras? I'm like, craziness. We live in it's crazy that we live in this world that we live in. All right, let's see. Another distraction. High-level FDA. Look at this. High-level FDA officially quit over Biden's administration meddling. Do you want to tell me why they're meddling into their affairs? What would Biden be asking or meddling with the FDA? What would he be doing? What would he be doing to even meddle with that? Politicians have... Okay, so it says the lesson being learned by the Biden administration today, as two high-level FDA officials, both involved in the approval of the distribution of the vaccine, have announced they are leaving their jobs due to meddling by the White House. Dun, dun, dun. What the hell? What the hell? Why would the White House be meddling with the FDA? What do you think would be going on there? Going to get busted? Maybe. According to the Endpoint News, Deputy Director of the FDA Office and Vaccine Research and Review, will be leaving in October, November. Wow. Wow. Okay, I don't want to say their names. I'm not going to say their names just because. But it's a reason why they are exiting that has the people questioning just how far gone our agencies like the CDC are regarding to their own. Wow. Okay, we're gonna stay away from this until we get onto Twitch, solely onto Twitch. I don't want YouTube getting all mad at me. But isn't that crazy? Eating a drumstick? Ooh. I haven't had a drumstick in forever. Now I want a drumstick. And I don't eat sugar anymore. Will they approve boosters? I wonder. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder if they're going to approve the boosters. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I can't play that right now either. Another good video. Where's the party stand on 3 weeks? Okay, let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. What's going on in here?
Hungry for new backlinks for your website?
Yeah.
Use Backlink Analytics by SEMrush.
Oh, nice.
Compare your profile with rivals.
Yeah. All right.
We are in week 3 of the federal election campaign with just 20 days to go before voters head to the polls. Our Ottawa Bureau Chief, Mercedes Stevenson, is following the race and joins us now. Good morning to you, Mercedes.
Good morning.
Mercedes.
So we are heading into Labor Day long weekend. We have been hearing a lot about climate change from the Liberals, animal welfare from the Conservatives, and then taxing the rich, of course, from the NDP. So how are the campaigns doing so far?
Well, it's interesting because the Conservatives have released their platform. The NDP have released a number of sort of promises. The Liberals, we haven't yet seen their platform. And that's where in a week like this, you sort of see these one-off announcements that are coming out of the various campaigns as they take a step back and prepare to really go into overdrive. Basically, the theory that a lot of the war rooms have is that people aren't paying a lot of attention before Labor Day. They're still enjoying their summer vacation, getting ready to get kids back to school, going back to routines. And so that's sort of when you can expect to see the jets turned on. The campaign so far, it hasn't been explosive, but it's certainly been quite tense. And it's been particularly tense for the Liberals, who had a significant lead when they called the election. That lead has evaporated for them in the polls. A lot of the polls are showing the Conservatives and the Liberals really neck in neck right now. Some polls even showing the Conservatives ahead. Of course, the question is how all of that will translate into seats on Election Day, because it's not just the popular vote that matters in Canada. But so far, it's been a campaign of sort of an unexpected...
It's the Dominion voting machines that matter the most. Will we be using those ones? I bet you we will be. Everybody go run to your Dominion voting machine. Where the party is in 3 weeks in. You see, he did the snap election thinking that, you know what, he was going to get the majority. And chances are he will get the majority. But it's going to be a tight race. I think people are seeing through his big bullshit right now. For $1 million, would you knock none out? What? Would you knock a nun out? I'd like to take a Mercedes for a test drive. And bet she is... Oh, man. Why do I read your shit, Harry? Harry, why do I read your shit? I don't get why I read your shit out loud. You crazy bugger. All right, let's see what this is here. Let's see what this is. Boom. Checking this out. Trudeau is asked about the allegations against Raj.
So just to be clear, are you saying that you believe your candidates and not the women?
I have said that Mr. Saini has shared the processes. There have been rigorous processes undertaken that he has shared the details of. We know that it is extremely important to take any allegations seriously, which we certainly have, and we always will, because everyone deserves a safe workplace.
He's so full of shit. I gotta watch what I say. Maybe somebody thought that, because you know what, that room was my studio for the longest time. That room was. Maybe I gotta watch what I say. Maybe my government's trying to take me out.
So just
Did
to
he
be
even
clear,
answer the question?
Are you saying that you believe your candidates and not the women?
I have said that Mr. Saini has shared the processes. There have been rigorous processes undertaken that he has shared the details of. We know that it is extremely important to take any allegations seriously, which we certainly have, and we always will, because everyone deserves a safe workplace.
So, I was thinking that at maybe some point, Justin Trudeau would grow a set of balls and, actually answer a fucking question that is put in front of him or his administration. Fuck, I could be the premier. I could be the prime minister. Fuck, I just gotta speak like that. Kick him in the nuts. No, he doesn't have nuts. It's all a he, she, she, man. Like he's all about the she. Do sound like he is on he's on something, soybeans or some shit like that. I was talking to this guy at Tim Hortons, and I went to go drive through, and the lineup was like 20 cars long. So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to run in to get my COVID. So I like go into the store all geared up like I was ready to go into like Ebola Central. And I get in there, and this guy turns around, and he's like looking at me, and he's like going on, and somebody mentioned something about they were out of milk, and the guy goes, "Oh, they were out of milk," and I was like, "Out of milk?" I'm like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna be stuck drinking that soy milk shit." And then the guy just kind of looks at me, and I'm like, man, I want to try to keep my balls. Like, I'm not some soy boy. Like, give me some booby juice, right? I got a mask on, and you can't tell it was me. Now he probably knows it's me if he ever gets to see this. But anyways, long story short, so he gets up to the counter, and he's like, can I get half and half? Get some, and I'll use the soy milk. I just went like this. I was like, oh, my God. I'm like, the whole time, he's like, no, I like soy milk. And I was like, oh, man. Thank God you cannot see my face. I was ready to go to Afghanistan to be identify as a woman. That's how covered up I was. It was bad. It was bad. Almond milk. There's almond milk. Did you know there's oat milk? How do you get oat milk? Like, where's the tit on an almond or oats? Where's the tit? I don't know. I just don't like. Where do you milk that thing from? Like, just little almonds. Like, where's the tit on an almond? Sorry, I want booby juice. It probably offended some people saying it like that, but it is what it is. How do I change my name to Red? Frank, I'm not sure exactly where you go for the settings for that. But yeah, the red would definitely show up. I have to look over here. Frank, where's Frank? Frank. Yeah. Just freshly squeezed almond. It's kind of weird. It tastes like shit though. Oh, great. I love my milk when it tastes like shit. It's like from one end to the next. From one extreme to the next. I like boobs, but not big and Bobby. I don't know. ICU dog, how you doing? Yeah, it's been okay. Here we go. Oh, shit! What was that? Every time the lights go on now from a fucking raccoon or something, I'm like looking at it. On the doggone. Hey, thank you very much for cheering, buddy. All right, so let's get into some more talking down the. Okay, ooh, here we go. Oh, I don't know if I can play that. Can I play that coming? America's not over. Our elites are coming to an end. Okay, I'm not sure if I can play this, but let's check.
Welcome to the simplest solution
Welcome
for
to the
rolling
simple
out and growing your
solutions.
WordPress site. Start with beautiful themes.
Well, a well-known author says the American elite is losing power, and the crisis in Afghanistan is a perfect example of that. Here's one America's Stefan Kleinhans.
Yeah.
Lee Smith, the author of Plot Against the President in his latest book, The Permanent Coup, joins us now. Lee, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much for inviting me on, Stefan. It's great to be here with you.
Absolutely a pleasure to have someone as well accomplished as you join us. And
That's very kind.
Let's talk about the
I don't know who he
situation in
is.
Afghanistan. And I know you
Who
can
is he?
offer some expertise because you recently wrote a piece in The Tablet offering a
Lee
cultural
Smith?
and political analysis of the situation.
Yeah, the piece it's about a concept. It's about a concept of
I've
group
not heard from
solidarity
Ogoine yet.
and cohesion. What keeps different groups together? And I explained that this is why the Taliban now runs Afghanistan, as it did in 1996, from 1996 to 2001, when American forces kicked them out. 20 years later, the Taliban are back, and I explain why. That's
You know, it ain't a press conference or a press meeting unless you definitely show up with all your ammunition in hand. No, like, even effort into trying to look professional in any way. It's like, here's our soldiers and here's our political people. No, it's our soldiers are the political people. Wayne Joy Webster wants to know why they do not hand count votes. Joy? He never answers. Joy, I didn't see it. Sorry. Joy, if you put the @Wayne Live, it will highlight your name and then it catches my eye. Or you could just put it in all cap locks and that will catch my eye as well. So then I can answer it. So if you just put in all cap locks, I'll know you're talking to me, because sometimes people are talking in the chat back and forth. People are talking back and forth, and I just don't know who's talking to me. So instead of me going to, because we got like over 100 people on one platform, 50 over on the other, and it's climbing as we're going on. So yeah, if you just put it in all cap locks, just like what Lori did, that'd be perfect, and I could see. Why do they not handpick them? I don't know. I have no idea. Hello, friends. Tiffany, how you doing? I got a question, though. Listen to this. He's got his finger in the right position. This one's got his finger in the right position. This one's holding his trigger. This one's holding his trigger. How is it that these guys don't end up shooting each other? But yet that black coalition there in the States, they ended up shooting themselves like, I don't know, 3 times. No, Lori, I didn't. I don't. I said we always hand out votes in federal elections. Ah, nice. See, that's why I don't watch Peace Studio. Join on the other what? Peace Studio. The No Fucking Around Coalition. There you go. Anyways.
That's because of their cohesion as a group. It's because of their ideology.
Look, they're having peaceful protests too, guys. Must have learned that from the States.
Logical conviction, which is about a fundamentalist version of Iran. I compare the Taliban to our elite. I say this group does not have cohesion. This group.
That's not true, Vila. I pay attention.
Group is reckless. This group does not have the best interest of America in mind. And I distinguish our elites from America. I say people are concerned. They look at the different things that are happening right now in our country, things that look absolutely, things that absolutely are deranged. The different things that are, that our elites are doing, and Joe Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan is reflection.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry to hear that.
Derangement and destruction that our elites are causing, not just around America, but around the world. And I explain. I know that
sorry
people
to hear
are very
that, man.
upset about whether it's vaccine mandates or mask mandates, or inflation, or the rising price of gas. I understand, and Americans are right to wonder what's happening. I explained the problem is with the elites. It's not America. America is not over. Our elites are coming to an end.
What do you mean by that? Because a lot of people look at that situation and say, it looks like our elites are rising. What do you mean it's coming to an end?
Right. Because people are scared of what's happening to the country. They look, for instance, at the Chinese social credit system. They look at people being thrown off of social media. They look at they look at in places perhaps vaccine mandates, and people are saying,
"Ooh, vaccine mandates." Okay, give me 2 seconds here. We're not gonna let them talk too much about the vaccines and stuff until we're off Facebook. I'm gonna pause that there. Lori, I just sent you a link. That link, if you open it up and you put it on something, so you'll be able to see the chat window from Facebook. You can see it from YouTube, Twitch, DLive. You'll be able to see all of the windows in one chat window. So you'll see exactly what I'm looking at right there through that link I just sent you. So I'm not sure what he's saying about vaccines here, but I'm going to let it go.
what kind of an America is this? This is not democracy. This is not the America that we were raised in.
9901, yes. I'm definitely feeling better.
Perhaps even 10 years ago. So people are concerned, what is happening to America? And I say, it's not America. Our country is the fundamentally great country it's always been. The problem is with
the problem's right there.
Our elites. When they spiral this far out of control, when they do the things that, I'm sure that you've seen pictures, recent pictures of a fundraiser.
I love how that every single one of them are fully vaccinated and they all wear their masks still.
In California, Democratic National Committee fundraiser, right? And none of them are wearing masks, and all of the people who are serving them, all the waiters and bartenders are wearing masks, right? These things are intentional. What they're doing is they're trying to show a stratified society, that these are the aristocrats of spirit, the people with money, the great people, while the rest of us are all serfs. And so that's what I'm saying. They've gone too far, and they don't know that they've gone too far yet.
No, okay, that was a little weird. I think they know they've gone too far, but I don't think they've gone too far. They might have pushed a little too hard, too fast, but I think they're laying off now because I think they realize that they can get to where they need to go without having to push too hard. Is what I think. Because they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good at what they're doing right now, which is fooling a lot of people. Check this out. I want to show you something. It was a video that I'll get back to my list in 2 seconds here. It's a video from Joe Biden from Fox News. Check this out.
There you have it. The president is done with his statement. A few shouted questions at the end. He chose not to answer them. He talked a lot about wanting to end this war, says it was always his intention to get out, but then blamed the prior administration, the Trump administration, saying that they hemmed him in to the way that he could get out and that he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to, add more troops in order to stay. And he felt that that was the only option that he had. A lot of interesting comments in here, and I want to bring in General Jack Keane, Fox News senior strategic analyst and former vice chief of staff.
This guy, if there's any aliens in the world at all, this is one of them. This guy's got that most alien-looking face I've ever seen in my life. Seems like a cool dude, but he is like alien-looking if there's anything I've ever seen.
Of the Army and chairman of the Institute for the Study of War. General, good to have you with us today. He said that this was an extraordinarily successful mission with regard to the airlift. Your thoughts on that and overall what we just heard from the president?
Yeah, well, certainly he's making a very strong defense
Time
of the
for Steve to make some noise. Why? What happened, Steve?
And quite an emotional one.
I didn't even notice that, Steve.
Why don't we all
Thank
feel
you very
good
much,
about
Steve.
this?
I don't
spoken to.
Steve, I don't get notifications unless it's on my screen and pulled up. So I appreciate that.
Feels good about
Thank you for the
anything that's
PayPal, man.
here.
I
This is a
appreciate
national
that.
disgrace that's taking place here. And given the misrepresentation of the facts, the blame game that continues to go on, not admitting the serious mistakes that have been made here, it's likely going to take a congressional commission or a major congressional investigation to determine just who did what and when and hold people accountable, because that's not happening here. A couple of facts. One, it is a fact that the president blew off the military advisors and his intelligence advisors about withdrawing out of Afghanistan. They wanted to stay. The CIA director, his CIA director said, if the Taliban takes over, the significant risk to the United States will be there because of safe havens now back in Afghanistan. So,
Look at this. Look at this.
well, that's true today. That's the risk we have today, out of the mouth of his CIA director. As it pertains to President Trump, well, I didn't agree with him, his people negotiating with the Taliban.
Does this equipment look familiar to you guys? That equipment look familiar? I feel so pissed off right now. I have, like, it's unfucking believable. Could you imagine being a United States soldier Could you imagine watching the enemy wear your gear? I have no words for that. None. That is the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen in my life. That is, I don't even know what to say right now, guys. I have no idea what to say. That is the most messed up shit. MS, thank you. Like, look at this. Could you imagine? You can't even tell who you guys are going to have to change your fucking uniforms now just because they're going to be wearing them and you won't know who's who. That is the most fucked up shit I have ever. Do you know what this is? This is strictly to separate the government from the military now. They got the people separated from the government, the mistrust there, so there won't be any trust. Now they've separated the military from the government. The military is not going to follow orders. And what's going to happen there is that they're going to be able to turn around. They're going to bark some orders in the next couple months or so. And what's going to happen is everybody's going to say, fuck you. And then what's going to happen is Joe Biden's going to go, oh, you don't want to listen to me? No problem. Here we go. And he'll call in the UN, and then they'll come walking down, and they'll come into the country. You watch. He's trying to collapse the United States at its core. Divide everything. Do you know how many soldiers? Do you know how many soldiers are not going to stand up or put that uniform on, knowing that Joe Biden and the administration let that happen? That is the most. I couldn't. There's no way I could put on a uniform that my enemy is wearing now. They're causing your military to hate your government, which will cause the government to turn around and call in foreign people to come in. You watch. There's no reason for that. Is the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen in my life. That is the most disgraceful thing. There's no soldier's going to want to. No soldier after watching this is going to. They're not even trying to hide the fact that they're not boots, uniform. Like, okay, where the fuck, if you're going to wear the helmet and the vest and all that other shit, where's your big robes? Totally equip them with the best gear in the world. And just said, here you go. Man, there is going to be, heads are going to, this picture, I'm not even an American soldier, and if that pisses me right off. Not only did they just killed 13 fucking they just killed 13 servicemen, and now they're wearing the uniform. What the fuck is going on? If you guys, like, the world has to see that Joe Biden is a fucking traitor. They have to see this. There's no way they cannot see that. They have to see that.
He's blowing off the fact, while yes, there was a date certain, 1 May, but it was based on what? It was based on conditions. The Taliban had to do what? I read the 4-page document that Zal Khalilzad, the ambassador who negotiated that deal, when it was a draft document. I read it in a hotel in Washington, D.C. Just him
Order
and
out
me.
of chaos.
And I told him it was a surrender document. But here were the conditions. The conditions were recognize and reject, reject al-Qaeda, enter into a partner sharing arrangement with the leaders in Kabul. Neither one of those conditions were met, despite the fact that the government in Kabul was forced to give up 5,000 prisoners. So if those conditions were not met.
Look at this. Those trucks with the 50 cows on the back. Oh my God.
Biden looked at that and just blew those conditions off.
They got something like 200 of these trucks. I can't remember what the number was. It was like 200 or 300 of those trucks.
It's like he blew off the military advice and his intelligence advice, and then set an arbitrary date of 31 August. And what did that do? That denied the Afghan security forces getting intelligence and robust air support to stop the major offensive, which was already ongoing. He's blowing all of that off, misrepresenting what took place, and again, denigrating the Afghan security forces, who suffered 66,000 casualties over these 20 years, 45,000 of which when we stopped ground combat operations. As to the evacuation itself, it was a huge mistake. And that commander, who has been identified prominently on Fox, Major General Chris Donahue, one of the most experienced combat commanders we have ever had. You don't think he knows that what he wanted as a responsibility to defend the airfield, that we would have security checkpoints ourselves outside the gate, making certain it was a standoff from the airfield itself? Give me a break here. Of course that's what he wanted.
They
but
knew
the
it.
president was obsessed with avoiding casualties and didn't want troops out there taking additional risks. That's the feedback that I have. And what did we get as a result of that? Because we outsourced the security of the airfield, and this is very tragic, as we did get the casualties. We had over 200 casualties, and sadly and tragically, 13 of them are our guys and gals. I'm not saying that could have been avoided, but I'm saying if we had the security in place and we were running the checkpoints with the barriers there and everything else, I believe that would have been far better than what our people were subjected to and the horror that they had to go through. There needs to be some accountability here for what is taking place, and it's not going to come from this administration.
We know General McKenzie said that all we need is the airport. We don't need anything outside the airport. And you didn't have to take care of all of Kabul to get a bigger perimeter around the airport. That was another option that should have been pressed, perhaps, based on what you're saying. General, we're going to leave it there. We know you're going to be part of the continuing coverage as we move forward.
Man, oh man, that pisses me off. Joe Biden needs to be impeached. He needs to be, you know what? At this point, the things that he needs done, I can't even say. I can't even say the shit that he needs to be done. It's time to impeach Joe Biden. Look at this. So, oh wait, hold on. Where is that? Let me get rid of this here. Just as I'm saying impeach, this here pops up here. Let me see this. Let me see what we got here. Another baby.
From the very first touch, everything that touches your baby should protect like you do.
Yeah.
That's why Pampers, the #1 recommended brand by Canadian pediatricians, helps keep your baby's skin
so
drier
cute.
and
It's a
healthier.
baby.
So every touch will protect like the first.
Aw.
Try new Pampers Swaddlers.
Pampers Swaddlers.
The blame starts at the top with
it-
Biden and his hand-picked vice president, who bragged that she was right there making the same bad decisions. And if not for her own dereliction of duty, she should be impeached for not demanding we invoke the 25th Amendment. It is time for action. Impeach Biden, impeach Kamala Harris, and throw in the Secretary of State if you can get him back from vacation. Ooh. Take a vote to vacate the chair, to get Nancy Pelosi the heck out of here.
Oh, sassy! I love that girl. I want to watch another video from her.
Hey everyone, Lauren Boebert here. As a member of Congress, I am honored to serve on the House Committee on Budget, and I want to let you in on what goes on in the Budget Committee.
Ooh, I'm going to be watching lots more of her videos. Freedom Caucus. Is that what it said on the stand? I think that's what it said. Sugar free. Thank you. Appreciate that. Awesome. America. I'm coming. I'm coming to America. Man, oh man. Robert, out many. Okay. So what is going on here? What is going on in the... All right. Sorry, guys. I'm stuck watching the friggin' cameras here. I'm like some fucking crackhead that just took a hit or something. I'm like, did you see that, guys? Did you see? Dude, what the fuck? Oh, man. She's a hero. Yeah, she's something. She's a cutie pie. All right. Let's go. Memory card stolen by police. All the memory. Check this out. Do you think that freedom will ever be... You know what? I think freedom. Time to shut off the YouTube. Yes, there we go. Damn, let's get into the good shit now. I got some caffeine in me. Feeling good. Feeling great. Time to go and get into another stream. All right. Here you go. Boom. Here is the Twitch feed. There's the Twitch feed if you want to come join me over on the Twitch and you want to Twitch out for the rest of the night. There's the Twitch feed. I'm going to shut down. Oh, shit. I got to switch this here for a minute. All right, let's switch this. I'm going to swish it. All right, so we're going to shut this down. Somebody gave me a thumbs down. I forgot about thumbs down. Shit. All right. Everybody that's on YouTube, thank you very much for giving me a thumbs up, participating tonight, being here. If you want to continue with the show, please jump over to Twitch, as I will continue to be streaming for the next 9 days straight. No, I'm just kidding. But we will be definitely over there streaming for a couple hours anyways. Love you guys. Can't do this shit without you. I really, really mean that. You guys are absolutely amazing. Salty Peanut over there. Lori, Mark, how you good? You guys are awesome. All of you are absolutely awesome. If you haven't hit that thumbs up on YouTube, please do so, as it does help out me, helps out the channel. And I want to say to everybody, thanks for the donations through PayPal and wherever. I can't see the notifications right now. I have to fix that. But if you did donate tonight, like Steve did, thank you very much. It helps me, helps keep the channels going. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. So on that note, we are over on Twitch. Love you guys. See you very, very shortly. Pump.